Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. In today's session, we are going to introduce you the user forms. The user forms are very effective uh, to automate your processes, your workbooks, and make the presentations, make it user friendly, or so many things. Yeah, many times you need that the user should enter the data not directly into the worksheet, but rather in a form, and they are then validated. And after validation, they go to the data is entered into the respective positions in the respective sheets of data or tables of data. Okay. So in this session, we are going to introduce you how to create the form and how they are displayed and how to make them auto execute upon the opening of the file, right? So let's go straight away. For example, we are in the suite or wherever we are, no problem. All you need to do is press Alt to F11 and go into this. Normally, you don't see this tab. When you use the data without, when you use the VBA without the form, so this doesn't. This appears when you insert a form. You go to insert and click form, then this will get created. The forms and then the user forms are create are means this is the container of the form. This is the container of the modules. Modules, whenever you record a macro, the modules are created. Whenever you write any procedure sub x, then you need to have a module in here so that you can write the code. Whereas the forms get created separately, other than in a separate container that is called forms, right? And when you go to the insert in this VBA Explorer, then you click insert and then click insert form. A new form is created, and here you will see that. Let me close this, or you put it here, right? You will see that a new form is created. If nothing was there, then this will be created, the container, since the first form is being created, and this will become, okay? And then you can rename it whatever you want to give it. For example, the test form. This is a test. Uh, for, and while naming it, it is always a to follow good thing to follow naming convention, right? So that the names are the forms are all forms start with FRM, for example, or FM, whatever the naming conventions you have. This shows professionalism in your approaches in your VBA, right? So this is naming convention is it has its own advantages, which will make your findings of the data reaching to the right position in the code effectively, easily, and system. And this is a systematic way of working, right? So it is essential that you follow while naming any control or any object. There has to be some. Otherwise, it is not mandatory. Means you can uh, do it even without following any convention. But it is always good. There are some good practices, and you will find a lot of advantage later on about this. Okay? So all the forms which we are going to create will be is starting with FRM. Okay, so this can be our convention. Now the caption is here. Whatever you write in the caption, this will going to appear in the title bar of the form. So let's say this is my first form, for example, right? So this is my first form, right? Okay, and that's it. You have created your form, and it is created. You can also put some labels, right? If you don't see this toolbar, this will appear here, right here. There is a there's a toolbar options. This is appearing here. Yeah, toolbox. So with the toolbox, when you click toolbox, it disappears. When you click it back, it gets it back to you. Okay? Now these are the tools which you use to design your form. For example, you want a label here in which you want to write the caption. For example, here you write the user. Or user. Okay, you have written user. As soon as you click here, the user will appear here. Okay, now you want the user to be entered. So entry is with the text box. In this, you can write your text box. So this is the user. So that is going to be blank initially, right? And that's it, for example. And you may want a toggle button here. This is a button, for example. You can click here, and you can this caption right from here, or in here also you can have the button. Okay, so you can start writing here that proceed. For example, whatever you write here, that's it. And then when you click run it, that's right, it will run. Okay, so you can link it to anything. So let's link it as a starter position in your workbook. This is in the workbook. There's a place there. This workbook, this element is always whenever you have an Excel file open. This is essentially place where you write the procedures related to the file open, file close, file save, or whatever, right? So let's double click in here. Our name is form test. Okay, right. So instead of here, we will, instead of saying right, what we will do, we say the form name, FRM TEST let's say, dot. As soon as you click dot, it will start. So many things can be done on this form. So we just want it to be shown, right? Show. Okay. So by doing this, what we are saying that whenever the file opens, it opens with this form shown. Okay. So let's save it. Let's go to Excel and let's close it. Okay. We close it. Yeah. Now let's open it again, right? So as soon as we open, we will be prompted with the form. It is being opened, yeah, and it is shown to you. Your newly created form is shown here. You can write whatever and then click OK. That's it. Okay, so you can do it at the beginning. So this is how we create the forms. We auto-executed it, and we introduce you about the certain tools which you can use in the forms, like labels, like button, etc. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will come up with more interesting things in this scenario, and we will proceed with this system and with the use of forms. Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How are you, viewers? In our previous video, we have shown you how you can create the user forms and the displaying of the user form and making them auto execute as soon as the file opens and the form is shown, right? And that is simply means there is a object that is this workbook, and in this workbook you choose the workbook open, and then you type the form which you have created, and it is shown, and it will start showing as soon as you open the workbook. That's right. Okay. The login form which we showed you, the test form was this, and which it was a edit box, and that's it. Means you can use this as a startup form, right? So let's make it change. Let's develop it, make some changes in it so that it becomes a proper login form in which you enter the username. Yeah, the simple in the same manner as we created the test box, and then you enter the password, and then you click the login button, and it validates it. As soon as you click on the login button, it validates it. If the credentials are correct, so it will be created. I mean, it will allow you to proceed. Otherwise, it will not allow you to proceed. That's it. It's very simple. Now, how to start with it means, let me show you. I go to here. This is this. We will use the same code, right? Instead of this form, we will use this login form, which you can create in memory, and then you unhide, and you first of all you unhide the admin sheet which we have created. You see, let's talk about the hiding of the worksheets. As you know, that you can easily hide. You select the sheets, for example, this sheet, employee sheet, and detail sheet, whatever these. Okay, and then you can right click on it and you hide them. Okay, so the sheets are hidden, and when you want to unhide them, you will see an unhide option available. Otherwise, you will not see it if there is nothing to unhide. Okay, so the unhide option is available, and then you can select them all. It means you will select the sheet which you want to unhide, select the sheet which you want to unhide like this, select the sheet which you want to unhide like this, and select the sheet which you want to unhide like this. So, okay, so, and then when you click now, the right click, you will see that there is nothing to unhide into it. Okay, so this is one sort of one aspect of the hidden and displaying of the sheet. But there is another thing which is called very hidden, right? Very hidden is a sheet which is not displayed when you right click in here. It is not displayed, but there is a sheet which we have created and we have hidden it as a very hidden. That means it is can't be the user cannot unhide it in the normal way. So in order to unhide it, we will go to the code. We put the breakpoint in here, right? And let's put the breakpoint here, right? And we run it. So you will see, although the admin sheet was not being displayed, but it has unhidden. It has made it visible, and the sheets which are hidden with the command that very hidden, right? Very hidden. Excel very hidden is it? Then it can only be unhidden by means of the VBA code. Okay? So this is the first sense of security in it. That is, it can allow you to write your credentials, whatever the users you have. So you can create a sheet like this, in which you use a table and to enter all these information, the username, password, and the permissions to the objects, whatever the objects they can be written in here, and then allow or not allow, you can mention to this user with this password, right? So this is a structure which you are supposed to create, right? And then this structure requires formula setting here. We have whatever is entered in the form, it comes here, right? As a user name, and whatever the password is entered into the form, it comes in here, right? And I will show you how it happens. And then this will become true in case the username and password is correct by means of this index and match, or we can use VLOOKUP as well, okay? And this will get you the row number on which it is, so that the permissions can be allocated and picked from this structure. Okay, so this is a starting structure you are supposed to create in order to create your profiles for the different users, because some users will be having access to the employee table, some will have only the products, some will have the access to the PO details or PO whatever. And so you can make a system to enter these credentials and the privileges you want users to enjoy, to make use. So the system will use this to allocate the permissions to the man who is logging, to the user who is logging into the system. So these permissions, which are specified in here, these are going to be applied, and the system will make sure that the objects are made available, right? So this is a starting setup which we have made. Let me show you how it works, right? So let's stop it and we start right from here, right? So yeah, so this is how it has started. Okay, so this is my username, and I enter my password 123, for example. This is the right password I in, and it is now validating. It has not yet validated, but I have put a breakpoint here so that you can see how it validates. Whatever you entered there, it automatically came here, right? And right now it is checking. It has checked already and returned as a true, because the username is and the password is found okay, right? It has looked up A and J and see checked the password. If it tallies with this, so it is saying true, right? And then it is telling you which row it is here, because some user will come on 6, 7, or 8. So this will keep hitting it. This will allow you to pinpoint to figure out which user is to be given the privileges and the permission. Okay, so let's press. We will remove this stop command later once as soon as. Let's go and see. It is validating now. Okay, it has checked, has made the calculation. In case the calculation is manual, it has made it now. It has checked it that the name was not incorrect. That's why it has jumped. Otherwise, it would say that please enter the correct username. Next is pressing F8 will take you to the next place. Now it is checking whether the password is correct. It is correct. Otherwise, it would have said that please enter the correct password, right? And that's it. And then it is going to so as reaching this stage means you have a valid user logged in. So it is going to clear out and hide the sheet. Okay, and this is going to get to the sheet which it is supposed to be there, and then it is going to now this is the place where it is now hiding the the confidential information of the user's admin, right? So this is gone now. Okay, if you, yeah, this is how it works. And if you right click and try to see the unhide, so you won't see, and it is showing that there is nothing to unhide, right? Why? Because the admin sheet, there is a sheet which is hidden, but it is written very hidden. So that can only be shown by way of developers coding. Otherwise, the users cannot access it. So this is a startup, and we will come up with more details about it. We have discussed all these things, how you can make the user form and using a login ID and password, and then showing and hiding of this and this. Now, the one question remains that how was it possible for you to bring the thing in the admin sheet, right? So let's put the breakpoint here and let it come again, right? So it is again telling you your name, username, password. Okay, let me enter my password in the 123, right? Okay. Now it is what makes it to to be to bring your IDs in here. So that is very simple. Let's stop it and go to the ID, and here in you go to the detail F4. So that means in the property window, you need a property window. This is the property window of this, and here in this is the user ID, and in the uh, control source, we have written the admin, go to the admin sheet, then a sign of exclamation means now I'm going to give the address of the admin sheet, that is B5. B5 is the user ID and B6 is the password. So since this is for user ID, so B5. And in this case, you have B6, admin B6, right? So as soon as you enter anything in here, it is binded with these cells, and they get updated and then validated. I hope you enjoyed it. We will come up with further enhancement of this system in the next video. Thank you very much.